Rankle's not GG. I go to 1. Rankle's 3 plus 1 from sacking. So it's not GG. Okay, now add 3 and 1. 3 and 1 together is 4. I'm at 5. Still not GG. All right, this might actually be relevant as attacker. So he has 3, so he can create a blocker. Maybe he has a removal spell. He basically has 2 blockers, so he can't chump these. So he blocks 2. He takes 8, 10, 12, 13. He's actually dead on board if I don't tap the Green Seeker. Right? There's no, I mean, if he instant speed removes the perfect, these are 1/1s. He does survive with a 2 mana instant speed to kill perfect. But otherwise he's dead. 2/2, 2/2. I think we attempt to kill him here. I think I beat Thief. I can generate a blocker for the 1/1 or the 2/2. I think this is attack all, right? He generates a 2/2, trades, he blocks the 2/2, it's 8, 10, 13. Okay. First we try to kill him, make him have an answer. Then we figure out what we need to do. If he's alive. Yeah, I know the 4/4s have trample, that's why I didn't count them. He can't chump them. So an unsummoned, a little bad here. Like a 2 mana removal spell is a little scary here. But everything else doesn't work. That doesn't work. So he's dead here unless he's got something. Accept. You can't block with that creature, that's irrelevant. Alright. That's the second time he didn't play around trample this game. He chumped with a Stitcher Supplier. He might have just wanted that to die, but I think he could have prevented 1 damage. That was a tense game. Draw first is worse because he's currently dead on board. So if he does something, what I need to deal with from the drawing is I need to deal with the resulting board state, right? Maybe some of the time I guess I top deck like a lightning bolt or something, but it feels like I only have the 1 instant removal there, I think. I don't think draw first is better there. I don't think. But maybe it guarantees a, I mean, but with a removal, like if he has the blink spell or Heartless Act or, you know, any of the black comment or the black instant speed removal spells there prevents death by quite a bit, and I have to deal with his board on the crackback with a Thief and a Thief and the 2/2 token potentially, or whatever he did with it. I guess it's just a 2/2. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know if it matters. I'm not sure of the ordering on the lightning, quite honestly. This hand is really medium. At least that doesn't come into play tapped. All right, so we play this. Oh, it does come into play tapped. Okay. If I ever played Star Sector, a little bit on stream. Going first, 3 mana, 4 mana, it's fine. We have plays in the early game. They're not exciting, but they'll get us. They'll stall a little bit. Red mana's bad. Removes all my shit. Never not 1-drop. Sure. Okay. Does it matter here? I don't care about white mana. This card is more valuable. I can cycle the other one. I might even cycle the other one, honestly. Holding lands here better than cycling away farmland? I don't think so. He's got 2 bodies on the board versus this. If I miss land drop next turn, it'll be annoying, but spring is good here. It's first 2 lands, right? It's 2 or fewer, not 3. So no, it's not. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer. It counts itself towards that, I believe, right? I guess I don't know, chat. Is this 3rd land is free? Can I have used this as an untapped land if I have 2 lands already resolved? The wording on that makes me think it counts itself and it counts as the second one. So I don't know is the answer. It does say other on there? Oh, it does say other. Oh, okay. Well, I could have played that then on 2 instead of cycling. I don't know if that would have been better or not. I chose not to. But would that have been better? I don't know. So I definitely want to ramp here. I guess we dig island. Forest is okay too. We actually have blue sources. But they do other things. Alright, so Gargaroth next turn. Okay. Gargaroth versus 2 mana red seems good. Looks like he kept a 2-lander and didn't get anywhere. Happy to play that out. Happy to clone it too. Too bad we don't have a red source. Okay. Has learning this format been hard? Yeah, to a degree it has. Since this format seems to punish mid-range decks pretty hard. And I like mid-range. I like control and I like mid-range. I'll play aggro if I get the cards for it, but it's tough to tell when you're getting the cards for it in this format. There's a shit ton of cards in this format that I just don't know. So all that gets a little painful. I'm really tempted to just pre-combat clone this. It gets blown out by open blue mana though. If this were just red mana, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But the blue is a bounce. I don't actually care if Gargaroth dies either. He isn't how I win the game. I mean, combat, attack. I'll take a 3/3 or card draw. I think it's a 3/3. Can Mind Phone. He's not going to counter a Mind Stone, I don't think here, but maybe he would. I'm more worried about the. That's fine. I'm much more worried about this, wasting my copy of this, or a bounce during that. Okay. All right, here I'm gonna resolve Mind Stone and then resolve Mythos. I can't get the fight effect out of it because I don't have green, red mana right now, which is a bit of a bummer. But I'm happy to ramp and I'm happy to put another Gargaroth on the board. Okay. He doesn't seem to have a lot of mana. He didn't have a bounce last turn. Maybe he wouldn't have bounced it pre-combat, I don't know. So tokens don't die to phasing out, so he may think he has the answer to the token, but it doesn't actually do that. Oh, he just plussed it anyways. So the other part about this set, to finish answering that question, Pokedo, was that I didn't know a lot of these cards because I just hadn't played these cards before. So run 6 mana, no red sources still. Just draw. Draw is actually fairly reasonable. I could just resolve Shark Typhoon with this hand too, and we probably just win the game. Let's go to combat. These things are vigilant, right? Did I just go face here? Okay. Heart can create red mana? Sure. Can create red mana for next turn. With an untap. It's a good question. It's a good point though. So this is actually, I mean, this comes in play tapped. So I do have 6 mana. I could leave this. I could also end step cycle it for a 2/2 flyer, which is relevant on this board. Feels really irrelevant. I feel like if I resolve Shark Typhoon with this card here, I have an inevitability. But it is kind of nice getting red mana out for Waking the Trolls. We have a really big Waking the Trolls versus him. He's got to put creatures on the fucking board till he dies. I would like to play non-creature permanents this turn. That's what I'd like to be doing. You would troll kill a land. All right, well, tell me about the red mana source that lets me cast troll on your play. I think I just resolve fucking Shark Typhoon here. Okay. The resolution of trolls is 3 turns away for sure, but removing his lands when he's already behind and I have 2 Gargaroths on the board generating tokens is fairly strong as well. If he doesn't have resources to deal with these, he dies.
I do love a good puzzle.
I don't want to add more to the board, right, creature-wise, because I mean, blue-red doesn't have sweepers that hits Gargaroth particularly, I don't think. But I'm always surprised by what colors can sweep me in this format. Didn't he just die on board? I mean, he has a total of 6 toughness, not even, and I've got 12 in trampling. Combat. You may draw a card. You have no mana to utilize that card. You're dead on board. Have fun with your card draw. I suspect it's not going to help you. Okay. All right. Yeah, opponent had I don't even know what his deck was. I mean, it's blue-red with some card draw in there, right? But he's playing red aggro creatures like Grim Initiate and that the anti-artifact dude. The anti-artifact dude's playable everywhere. There's a lot of artifacts in this set. But then he missed land drops, so it's like we didn't really play a game of Magic there. I had decisions about how to most efficiently kill him when he didn't have resources to play the game. So it's like the decisions I'm making there are how to bully a player who is bricking on having a gaming experience. That's literally what Magic teaches you to do when your opponent land screws. You're like, how can I best fuck him over when his deck's already not cooperating? It's just like such an ugly mentality. It's like, oh, my opponent is land screwed. But anyways. All right. Hello, Niva Mizit. Bully gamer, not wrong. All right, I gotta get food in a minute. So probably after this one, win or lose, we're getting food here. All right, we're going first. We have a really good opening hand. Jesus. I mean, I'm obviously keeping this hand. The question is, how do I play it? So, is this Goose on 1? Goose on 1 lets me Green Seeker on 2, but it does not let me play Wilderness on 3. I can forego Goose on 1 to play Goose on... This doesn't have green mana, so I actually cannot play... Oh, dude, it's just Goose on 1. Feels bad. Okay. No, Blue Source first doesn't get me there, right? Because both of these are tap lands, and they can't ever be untapped lands, and there's no green sources on them. So if I play either of these lands here, I can't Goose next turn either. I'm actually considering next turn running out Green Seeker and developing tap lands from there. It's going to be a little bit clunky. Again, the duels in this deck are really bad because they're all tap duels. Opponent plays white aggro. We got a selection of mana dorks here now. I don't think Scry matters here. Clunky, clunky, clunky for sure. But Incubation Druid is sick here. Warkite Marauder's nasty. I'd love to have spot removal for that. So options are Green Seeker, Tutelage, or Ramp. Feels like Ramp is good here. We want to resolve the Reclamation. We're going to take Beating from there. I don't hate getting this in my graveyard. Is it a 0/1? It's a 0/1, so we get hit twice doing that for 3. Okay. Opponent has no issues with colored mana. None at all. Alright, that's a bit of a bummer. Reclamation's a lot less valuable for us now. Don't have anything to do with it besides make tokens. Man, that's real bad, huh? I can make it on this turn though. Does it matter? I don't think it does. I think this is to fairies this turn and try to develop the Green Seeker. Okay. Could Reclamation in Mind. Yeah. It's not as exciting. Do that next turn. I like having things to do when I can. Getting the Green Seeker on the board is important. Okay. Hollow Blade's nasty. So this is a low weenie beater deck apparently. We just didn't realize from the way he played. Dude, putting Angel Sanctions in the graveyard sucks for us. Okay, so we do have the mana to play out Mind this turn. So I think we will. I need to leave blue open to tap. I don't. This is double blue. It doesn't matter. He plays counter magic in his white, blue, red weenie deck. I was going to say, it seems a bit aggressive. I remember seeing Golos one game. Have we seen it since? Alright, so we just stop there. This is next. This is no attacks. We're in the main. We go to end phase. QQ. Resolve. 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 Draw. Leave forest open, guy. Doesn't matter, does it? Any green or red instance we can play? No. Okay. Probably didn't need to do this main, but I have no cards in hand, so it's not like I'm doing anything else. I was thinking I could generate a token there too, but apparently didn't count. Does matter here. Actually, it gives him more graveyard selection, annoyingly. Okay. Alright, life total is suffering a bit. Some serious beaters on the board that I'm going to have trouble removing. We haven't had a lot of interaction this game yet. And he did remove our Incubation Druid, which really sucks, because ramping would have been super good off Reclamation. Am I throwing Goose away here? Six here. I think I just block for one at the moment. Okay, what are we cloning? What could we clone? We could clone to fairies. He's at 19 cards. Stassa. Does Stassa belong in that deck? I guess interesting things with Angel, Siege Gang. I guess maybe it belongs. So if I clone creature, I really like taking him off 6 lands here for Waking the Trolls so I don't get embalmed. And I really like Mythosing our thing. It's 10 mana, which we're nowhere near. It's 6. Can't cast either of these as instants, so nothing can happen in that. So let's develop this land, because this land will let me scry at least. Play Wake the Trolls. Do we hit Plains or Mountain? Kind of feels like Mountain is in this deck as a splash for removal. And we may have already got his red splash cards. So maybe we nuke Plains, force him to draw Plains to replay his dude. Mythos fight? What am I fighting? That thing? You want to clone a Green Seeker? I think Trolls has got to come down first. We might be able to do that later. With those fights when we have white mana and... No, red and green. Not even sure I want to clone. Not even sure I wish to clone. Whatever it is. I know Mythos clones are permanent, but my fucking permanent can't fight his creature, can it? I think we kill planes here. Okay. Yeah, I don't hate making food here with the goose for life gain. Did he decline his Thassa trigger? He did decline his Thassa trigger. That's weird. Okay. We gotta survive here and it's a little sketchy. They blinked Hallowblade? Why? Why wouldn't they blink the card that generates a draw? Oh, of course he had planes. Okay. Also not tapping our creatures here. Interesting. We are bleeding out pretty badly here. I really don't want that card there. Alright, so let's take a look at things. I don't think I can do anything about that, right? Yeah, resolve. Didn't spend any mana is terrifying. Setting up to kill us next turn, annoyingly. So I could scry that away. So we absolutely want to create a token here. That always happens. Not with that mana. It does 4 mana. We actually have enough perfectly for scry. So I think we scry here to get rid of that because that's a dead card for us, right? Golos is good here. It's playing into open mana, which is terrifying, but it's still good. Okay. Doesn't come in tap. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We want an untapped land here. Do we care what? We like island. It's not a different count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The extra untapped land is already 7. And it counts itself. Right, chat? Remind me. Does field count itself? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Field is 7. Okay. Problem is it's gonna get fucking countered, right? We need to leave blue mana open, so we tap this one, these two. Need green mana for Goose. We've got green mana in hand. That one. That one. Let's cast Golos. We run into counter magic in his fucking blue-white weenie deck, splashing Thassa. I'm gonna get a little annoyed. But not a lot I can do if it is the case. Easy counter. I did it, guys. I played my counter magic in my fucking white weenie deck. Okay. Feels pretty bad. So now no field. Are we dead? Taps a blocker, taps another blocker. We chump, go to 1. I can't fight with this spell. I'm just wondering about Trolls again. If he gets him land, we're dead, right? He just removes a blocker. Got food here. Does he have a second counterspell? So I could have created another 1-3. 1-3 is pretty weak here. It could have fought the 2-1, which is a pretty solid effect here. But we still have to deal with fucking Angel. We still have to deal with recurring this. I don't know. I'm not sure which of those answers were best. I mean, we chose this answer. We probably win if both of these resolve, but I don't know if we get there. Why didn't he should have tapped for land, sacked and drawn off his card for sure. Could have copied Thassa, could have copied Green Seeker and fought War Marauder with the lands I think we had. I think we had red, white, or red, green, or whatever the fuck it was. There's a lot of targets there that all are good here. I'm just trying to survive at the moment. Yeah, maybe Thassa's better. Maybe. What is this deck? It's just cards put together. Don't have any synergies together. I've got blue and white cards in my deck.
Figure a way out of this.
It's frustrating. It's got plenty of devotion. He casts it with exact mana. Had triple blue here.
How you played.
Dude, I can't kill this. I mean, I get trolls this turn. I get a bunch of trolls. Maybe I can kill that. I think we're alive here, right? If he just swings out, I think we're fine. Okay. It's the same as chumping, creating the token. I have the mana for it. Hold on. So we're obviously taking 2. We're chumping the Nissa with the 1-3. We take 5. I think we still do this. It's the same as blocking. Just don't get a scry doing it. Him having a counter for Golos was so brutal. Doesn't have trample or something stupid, right? Okay. Could I still scry? Could actually still scry. Do we want Merfolk? We're gonna kill his guy there. Merfolk's a pretty nice trick here. I think I'm okay with Merfolk. So I think we pay off this. Could also scry and do that anyways. We've got tons of mana next turn. So we're at 8, taking 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 1 red land. It's not a land, that's a draw card. He's already played land this turn. Okay, so we will scry. It's pretty nice too. I think Merfolk is better though. I think those are both fine though. Okay. Problem is we don't have any way to draw them, right, chat? So. Oh, he gets an untapped blocker here too. He's only got 5 lands and we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands. If I order them right, we get 10 too, right? Oh, they can't attack this turn. Fuck, I was thinking they were attackers now. Shh. Okay, we're really close to dead and I didn't realize how close we were. Alright, I want... Trigger. This one resolves first. No, this one resolves. Is this the wrong order, chat? Fuck me. Okay. Choose target opponent if they control fewer lands than you. I want this one. This is the order they go on the stack though. Right? So this triggers first, goes on the stack. Then this triggers, goes on the stack. This resolves first. This is wrong. This is resolution order. I've always hated this interface. I'll take your word for it, chat. It doesn't feel like it's right to me. Let's do that before he untaps and has like a fucking shock or something. Okay. Should have scryed once there. No reason not to have. It was free. Could have fixed the card beneath poison. Okay. Damn, I thought we had Jace off the board here. I don't know what colors he's playing, but we removed 2 plains, and so far, to counter that, he's played out 2 more mountains, despite having 2 milled red sources in his deck, and he's sitting happily on 3 islands with a 2/1 and Jace. So I don't know what his mana base is like. But we've apparently been nuking the wrong one. I've been trying to keep Angel off the board this entire time, but... He's got 7 cards in library, 5 now. He's got enough blockers to keep Jace alive too, right? And actually Angel is super good for him because Angel bounces, he can Angel a token, then end step, bounce Angel, get another, I think it might, or Eternalize, that's wrong, because Eternalize is a token, never mind. I don't, when does the conversion occur, chat? Like when does it not be a thing anymore? Oh, I forgot to make Goose token. Fuck. That's so bad. There's no reason not to. Why? Why not Goose token? Because this deck is so stupidly complicated to pilot. So stupidly complicated. I don't want to be missing Goose token there. I don't know if it matters for this. It might for crackback. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can scry here too, but I could have created life gain, which is really important when I'm at 5 health. You know? It's very slow. I wish I had things like total amount of mana available to me as a player easily. Would be really nice. Shark Typhoon is a surprise flyer or surprise blocker. I think it's good enough. We're already going to remove a blocker and then kill Jace and hopefully survive the crackback. That's fine. We aren't. Do I have double black on board? Hold on. I did if I used Goose to create an egg. I don't have double black on board, so I can't main phase remove this. So what do I have? I have 4 attackers. You got 3 blockers. I can't actually kill that. 4 blockers is that 6. I actually can kill that exactly, right? Leave myself vulnerable to the crackback. Jesus Christ. What a game. All right, sure. I could, I can't, yeah, I still can't. Reclamation doesn't get me there for casting it. You can't foretell and remove on the same turn, and I need to do the removal pre-combat to cleanly get Jace with less of these guys, right? So I can still kill Jace here because I have with the Merfolk Trickster. He only has 3 blockers, and we have 5 attackers, and there's enough power on the board to get rid of Jace. Trolls Trample, good call. I forgot about the trample effect there. Okay, so we have 16 power there. He absorbs 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. 5, 6, 7, and 6 is 13. If we send Trickster, does it matter? I think I can send Trickster and 3 Trolls is what I'm getting at. So 3 Trolls and a Trickster. He blocks the 2/4, blocks that. 3 Trolls, maybe blocks it there, let's say. 3 Trolls go through. There's 12 power. 4 of it goes away, 8 power. 1 of it goes away, 7 is dead. So I send 3 trolls here and the merfolk there, 1 troll face. I think. Like that, right? Maybe he eats the trickster. Let's hope I fucking counted that right. There's only like 12,000 million things I have to keep track of in this deck. Which is fun, I guess. Trample and Indestructible just takes 1 damage. That's all it does. He absorbs 1 damage on the Howl Blade. I only have to assign 1 there. I only have to assign lethal damage to it. Okay. Goose. I don't want to goose now, I don't think. Goose on his turn. Is there a reason not to goose on his turn? The troll is a weird card, right? It's a weird card. It's slow as fuck. It doesn't resolve a lot. When it does resolve, it rarely puts out a bunch. So opponents have been missing trample a lot, and that's very true. Discarded Lyra. Maybe we kept him off Lyra, nuking these white mana sources.
Must think faster.
Yeah, I do need to think faster. Thanks to Fairy. Or Jace, or whoever the fuck you are. Whatever asshole planeswalker you are. Didn't see trample. We got there. Easy game, chat. Never didn't have it. Never a doubt we are getting there. Okay. Alright. I mean, no stress involved. I'm sure my beard isn't getting even more gray from this. We're at 5, so those of you who predicted 5 will get the outcome of yes. Congratulations. I'm going to go get food before it's too late in my day. It's already about an hour and a half after I want to eat. And we'll finish the draft up when I come back. All right, let me just let you guys make a guess. Do you think we can get to 6 with this? Will I get at least 6 wins on this deck, chat? Okay, I'll let you guys make your decisions. And I'm going to go grab food. I'll be more than 5 in less than 10 minutes for food, chat. Back in a few. I see some discussion in chat about that game. Yeah, dude, so much discussion. So many different targets. The Mythos target. We could have, for example, cloned the Dryad Greenseeker and killed his Warkite. We could have cloned his Thassa and started generating Goose every turn, which is a free token plus a it's not really a free token though in Goose. Goose is kind of a trap, right? Because it can't remember if it resets our board state for terms of summoning sickness, right? So Goose is probably a trap, but decisions. Trolls win the game, right? If they survive, if we get that to resolve. So no, we'd never swing with Thassa for sure. There's so many things, right? We have a ton of mana and lots of mana with Reclamation, so we can tap down defenders and attackers, which is good. There's just it's a crazy complicated, right? Alright, shit, I didn't notice we're going first or second. I'm always keeping this hand with green mana and Incubation Druid, but going first, that's great. Okay. Dude, I don't know about the white mana. I mean, we know why we were doing it. We were trying to keep him off. That sucks. We were trying to keep him off of the Angel out of his graveyard at 6, but also he only ever had 2 white sources ever at a time for the white. So keeping him off his Eternalizes. This looks like an honest red-green beater deck so far. I don't know if I can handle honest decks. That's a fucking bomb. So I was hoping to draw untapped source to slam Reclamation here, but we didn't. Tap lands hurt us so bad in this game too. Nothing I can do about tap lands, unfortunately. I'm never blocking here. I might as well just run out bag plus poison. I don't have black mana, so this card is really unexciting right now. Okay. I don't know if Trolls was right, but Trolls seem like, again, like we're close to dying. We don't want him flooding the board. He's got scary shit that interacts with our blockers. I don't know. So I hate this card being untapped and alive. This is a premium remove card. I could copy it maybe. Maybe that's good enough. First strike doesn't work on fights, right? It's just death touch and lifelink. Feels bad. Needed my mana dork. I don't think Reclamation is good enough here. Problem is this is legendary, so I can't clone that either. So we're looking at next turn is like Rashmi into Wilderness. I think it just has to be Rashi. Coffee Radha and kill his... I could do that. That's interesting. I didn't even think about copying his creature. I could get the 3/3 on the board. And kill his 1/1. Kind of like that. I can't. I have red green. I can fight it. Nice. Fine. Nah, I don't hate this. I don't hate this at all. I love taking him off his mana. Like killing the elf is always good, right? And I don't hate the ability to play with my this is card advantage too. I think it's a good play. I didn't see it. I always forget this targets anything. It's actually a much better card than initially thought. It's just a lot of text on it, so it's really fucking irritating to figure out. But it's got a lot of text on it, does a lot of things. This card's actually good for us too, right? Gives us black mana.
My pack's always growing.
Didn't hit land there. This comes into play tapped. have to do it now. So I'm taking 6 in the crackback, which is an 8, which is really scary. I guess maybe not. Maybe he blocks here. So I always attack here because I have first strike now and I don't have it later. Presumably he blocks with the token. Could cycle for a land. Still develop this too. It's actually probably good enough.
Upset.
Nice. Which card under? So we have 5 next turn, 6 next turn. We're looking to remove, but we can do that on untap. So we could have 5 next turn. Could be Rashmi and then his main step poison for 2 spells. Oh, I can't untap it though. But it's 2 mana and I'll have 6. Alright, I think it's this one. Ha, that's actually an untapped black source too. Fuck, didn't even notice. Do I just kill it? Take 2 for it, kill the 3/3. Demayam a land draw. Can't cast my Cold Heart then. Oh man. Oh man, indeed. Doesn't kill. I mean, it saves a little bit of life to kill now. I don't want these cards. Do I want this card? That might be good enough. Like that, maybe? This is actually perfect with Reclamation if I cast that, though. Let's do this. Leave 1 on top to draw, hope to get a land. I don't want to put both on top because I want to get land off that. It's just really annoying that was the top deck. I mean, it's good, like, because we get to remove that shit. Remove this before he puts more lands into play, but it's still scary because I had a plan. I made a plan before doing things and then drew a card that changed my plan. What does this one do? Oh. So we got massively punished because like all the rest of our removal is damage based and that was our only non-damage based removal spell and now we're just fucked, right? Can't even cast that. 7 damage kills us. So I can chump it. This one tramples, but that one doesn't. Fuck. Is there any way out of this? So Rashi doesn't trigger on this turn. I can chump the 7/7 with Rada. It sucks to do it, but we can do it. I can tap this down if I draw this card and put a card underneath there, like Cold Heart. Annoyed I didn't see land there. But that's the life we lead. We're currently alive. For what that's worth. Dangerous? Show me the less dangerous play from this perspective. Just turns out this card was fucking nuts this turn. We got so punished for that poison the cup play. Like, I don't know if it was wrong or right. Like, we denied him another draw. It just happens he had the fucking answer in his hand. Looks like he's got a Rex Sage or something. Not sure. Six mana. This is 3. Can't draw cards. This isn't enough. Draw or cycle. Get 1 more. There's nothing I can cast there. I might be able to draw a Goose and be alive here if I sack this for a draw. That would have been really good previously. But I can only generate one blocker here. This card doesn't do anything. There's no spells I can cast in their turn. I never got to develop Wilderness Reclamation. There's no instant that saves me that I'm aware of. Maybe Sublime. I don't have a creature to clone. If I had a creature to clone, that was good enough. I'm still 1 mana off anyways. I think we're just dead here. Okay. Why is Bind in this cube pool? I don't know. Felt like they wanted to add some blue removal probably. Oh, no, I did this wrong. There actually is a draw in our deck that saves us. If I Trickster pre-combat, we actually could live there. Let's see if we would have hit Trickster and feel how bad it would feel. Okay, Trickster wasn't there, chat, so it's not a big deal. Okay. All right, 5 with this deck. Okay. Do we not bottom Trickster? We might have. I don't know. So I liked the play to, I mean, we got mana screwed that game. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we missed 2 or 3 land drops. So I really liked the guy, I don't remember who it was in chat who's adjusted the Mythos play on his 3/3 was actually really good. The Gear Hulk was just such a good counter there. I mean, think how much we would have blown him up though if we had foretold the kill card and played Wreck, which was going to be the plan, right? And then untapped on his turn, he then like puts those counters on it. We blow up a 7/7. We win the game. It sucks to get punished by that. So I don't know if it's the wrong decision though. Like, was it just unfortunate we get punished there? Because the decision is really complicated. I remove 3 damage off the board, but take 2 for doing it. Kill a creature faster, but delay my development of the Cold Steel Heart, or whatever the hell that thing is called. And I don't see information, but I deny him information off the top of his deck and deny him free land drops. That's super complicated. There's a million variables there. If we knew he was going to play the Gear Hulk there, we never do it. But if we don't know about Gear Hulk, and we certainly have no reason to suspect Gear Hulk or even to be aware of it, really, then who knows? Would he have distributed? No, because we kill it in response. So he targets the distribution, and then we blow it up as an instant, right? So that's the blowout. So he would have lost his 3/3 token and picked up a 7/7 and had a 4/4 on the board only. So I don't know. I don't know if the play was wrong or right. It's complicated, this format. I like this format because of that to some degree. Yeah. I think it's crazy we played Golos. We played 7 games of Golos. We cast Golos 3 times, 2 in the same game, 1 in another game. Otherwise didn't cast at all, and he was countered twice. That seems crazy. Like 3 Golos casts in 7 games, 2 of them countered. Fuck off. All right. Pack 1, pick 1. Best card in the pack, Radha. Second best card in the pack, Paradise Druid. Radha is much more committal, unfortunately. I really like this card. Paradise Druid's good in everything. Dirtle, non-dirtle, ramp, whatever. Abrade's pretty good too. I don't think anything else in this pack is worth talking about besides those 3 with a nod towards Reclamation Standard, Sarkhan, and Murderous Rider. I don't care about these other cards. Red always open. Well, maybe we'll wheel Radha then. We'll see. Taking Paradise Druid. Pick 1, pack 1. All right. Realm Cloak Giant as a sweeper. Not so great with creature-based mana ramping, but it's okay. We've got an Elf Lord in green. We've got a Loris in black. Black-green fixing. Midnight Clock in there. Pretty nice. This card is better than I gave it credit for initially. So I think here between Loris and Realm Cloaked, I don't mind Loris first. Can maybe try to build some synergies with that. Like the pack, the other cards weren't so powerful in that pack that I'm annoyed by taking Loris. Maybe the other one, the Artifact. All right, Mimic's been okay, but not great. Charming Prince has been kind of bad. These cards don't really matter. This card is okay. It's decent removal if you're green. This one's whatever removal if you're black. Kind of limited. Kind of doesn't hit a ton of things here. It hits some. Hits all the tokens. I don't hate Fabled Passage here, honestly. Those two are a little tempting, but I don't think they're powerful enough for this. Fabled Passage is the least shitty of the search lands in this format because it doesn't put it into play tapped after turn 4 or with land 4 or above. Breeding Pool is a nice dual land. There's a profit there. There's no payoff cards in this pack. These cards aren't strong enough to pick over lands, I don't think, here. I already have green. I'm happy to grab either. This card doesn't in the colors. That one's okay. I think I take Breeding Pool over Crag first. I don't know what colors I'm playing yet. Possibly green, black. I mean, there's no colors that are white and green here. These cards aren't good enough to care about. Shock's fine. Okay. Mythos was excellent last playthrough. Like, much better than I was expecting. I've been kind of sleeping on this card. Came out in a set. I don't remember playing that in the set that it came out either. So there's a red-blue dual shock land, which is nice. Recursion with Gutter Bones, but I'm not very excited about Recursion with... I want the big payoffs on life gain decks if I'm going to draw any of the Recursion shit. Like, I want the Witch. So I think I take Mythos here. Cultivate's really nice too. Voter's Neck Wreck is good too. Maybe this Wheels. It's got a lot of text on it. Maybe it's Cultivate. This card was bonkers for dirtling. We are trying to draft all dirtle today, but Luris is not very dirtly. That's fucking hard, man. I'll take Reclamation, hope to wheel Mythos, but a lot of the time we're not going to see Mythos come back. Cultivate's really good too. This card was just excellent. It turns out when you're dirtling with a bunch of fucking things like the lands, the goose, the bag, the stones, any instant spell, it turns out that double mana on dirtle is really super stupid strong. So I'm going to grab Reclamation. We might not play it, but it feels like the highest power investment there, with Mythos maybe being a close second and then the Cultivate being a third. Blue-green duel. Sort of Body and Mind. Commit to Memory. Card's okay. Experimental Overload. Waker. These cards are kind of bad. Sword's interesting. Sword is not holy shit, honestly. It really isn't. I haven't seen a game won by Sword yet. The problem is there's not a lot of cheap flyers in this format, so it's tough to get that card going. It's expensive to equip. There's a lot of spot removal. I was really big on it too because it seems like such a powerful card, and it is a powerful card. It's just not as powerful as the other shit going on in this format. Olamong is interesting. You can't cheat it in, so it's a ramp spell. It's a 10 mana ramp card that wins the game when it resolves, basically. Berserker is super powerful. Sigrid was really good and really flexible. And then Lightning Strike, it goes everywhere. I think this is Sigrid. I don't think there's... I feel like there's plenty of ways to win once you survive. So I'm not sure I want to put a 10 mana dead card in my deck. I'm not sure I'm playing Sigrid, but Sigrid's really good versus aggro. Flash First Striker that eats an attacker is just nuts. Yorion, not very exciting here. Black-green duel is a bag if we want to go with that, and a red-green duel. And a Fairgrounds Warden if we're playing white. This card's okay. I think I'm taking... We have Reclamation. It's kind of a bag deck. I don't know if I'm playing white yet. It's a sorcery. I would like the black-green duel, or the black-green alternate pathway. I don't want Yorion. I don't have any ETB effects yet. Not that Yorion can interact with anyways. Alright, Rex Sage Wield. Champion Wield. Mentor of the Meek Wield. All of our creatures are 2 or less right now. This is Rex Sage for me though. We're playing green with this deck. We've got green fixing. Powerful green cards. This is a powerful effect. I'd love Sarkon, but I'm not taking over Rex Sage here when I don't know exactly what I'm playing. Another green-blue duel. Hieroglyphic Illumination plays super nicely with Reclamation. And another green-blue splash. This card's okay too. I think Illumination here. No one ever plays red in this when I draft, ever. People are just like, fuck red. We don't like it. So white card with Recursion. Loris can grab it. It's pretty good. Glasspool Mimic is solid, but not incredible in this format. I don't think Twice does anything. I think this is speculative. I'd probably always play this card if we're playing blue, and we probably are. And I'm not always playing white, but I think there's more upside on that. There's another white card just came around. There's a white-black-red duel and a Glorious Protector. I don't know what this card does. Look at the top 7 cards. Creature card, battlefield, converted mana cost 3 or less, enters with 3 additional +1/+1. That's okay. Removal or splash? That's a pretty bad removal spell. Requires creatures. There's a universe in which I get some way to discard Waker and play it. I'm never playing Old Growth Troll. It's too mana intensive. All right. We've got a Kaya in white-black. Pretty solid card. Ended up being much better than I thought. A Rejuvenator, Behold the Multiverse, all very interesting. Once Upon a Time is okay. I really like Ovoya at the end of this. If I have a ton of mana, this card gets super strong, so it's really good with Wilderness Reclamation. Sometimes it wheels. Scholars in here as well. We don't have any instants or sorceries yet, so Scholars targets are really weak. We have one artifact, but it exiles itself, right? There's also a white-green duel. It's tap duel, a blue-white shock duel. This is either Behold the Multiverse or Kaya. This will never wheel. I'm not necessarily sure I'm going to get white and black in this deck. This might be white-green at the moment, or splashing blue with no black at all. Although we have the one cemetery for splashing. Hydra is good? Hydra's not good. It's a non-trampling creature with no ETB. Well, it's ETB, pull a land. It's just a body. It's not anything. I'll take Kaya. There's an argument for the Giant Slayer and an argument for the... fuck, I can't remember the other card I was just talking about, but I did talk about it already. Angel in white. Kogla in green. We have 2 humans already for Kogla bounces, so not only does it make him indestructible, but we can bounce Charming Prince and we can bounce Sigrid, which is pretty nice. I like Angel. Angel's pretty flexible, hits all the things, probably doesn't wheel. But Kogla seems good with this deck. And then the Shark Typhoon. Can I pass Shark Typhoon? That card is nuts. A lot less nuts when I can't cycle it. Taking the big green dumb dude is kind of weird, but I really like it with double, already double targets for human bounce. I don't know if that's right or not. That was the interesting part. This is a human rogue. I can bounce this too. Although mana, if we have the 7 monkey on the board, doesn't matter. So double blue, not really where we're at. We're nowhere near red. The black cards are pretty unexciting. This does recur Loris. And our derpy guys. I think this is icy though. It's a white-black duel. It's a pretty bad one for us though. We want white and black splashes. We don't want white-black duels. We want green-black, green-white. Surveyor is always nice. Shade is interesting, but we're not black. Felidar Retreat is kind of a win more if you're wide. There's a Hydra that fights shit. A Curious Obsession, a green-white duel. That one's interesting to me. And a Poison the Cup. If we're playing black, we're playing Poison the Cup. It's just premium removal. I think it's better. I don't know if it's better in a Surveyor. I don't have any removal yet though, right? No removal yet. All right. Well, Poison the Cup it is. We already have reasons to play black. Green's Planeswalker that generates bodies on 2 green, 2 other is fine. Human Wizard. We're not playing blue yet. Glorybringer's in here. Traxos is in here. Red-green duel. We don't look like we're going to get full-on multicolor. We look like we're playing green-white core with black splash.
No matter the
Which is kind of a bummer.
woods.
Dreadhorde Invasion there. White-green there with tokens or with counters matter. I don't think I have any other counter effects, right? No. All right. Blue, black, green. Pretty nice for us. Covers 2 of our splashes. Brontodon, always been good. I don't think we can afford Dreadhorde Invasion. It's black mana core, which we're not anywhere near. I think this is Brontodon. I've got a Rex Sage. I don't have to have a Brontodon. Alright, that was close. If I hadn't had Rex Sage, I would have taken Brontodon. I prefer Rex Sage to Brontodon. Although they're close. Discarding to Tutor is reasonable, especially with Luris. A mana dork that makes other people into mana dorks is okay. Aerial Responder is slow, not very high power, and gets hit by all the removal in the format. It's between these two. I like Bestiary too, it's just slow. I like Rishkar. I like Acceleration. I'm not so sure. We don't have so many graveyard things yet that I'm super excited about discarding to get to Tutor. All right. I don't understand how pack 8. This is pick 8 of pack 2, Starnheim Unleashed, just wheeled around the entire table. So this was the pack before us, and the pack going the opposite direction. So every other player at the table has had an option to pick this and have declined. I'll take the win con. The card that single-handedly wins games on turn 5 like 75% of the time.
Raving masses.
Thank you, Fortnite Killer, for the $3. Cheers. All right, so we wheeled Rejuvenator, the white-green duel, Once Upon a Time, the red sweeper, the blue dude who generates infinite value, like ridiculous amount, and Giant Killer. All right, I'll take Giant Killer. Crusade wheeled, Blade wheeled, Kite wheeled. Ancestral Blade is a body. Moves shit around. It's pretty unexciting as a thing. Crusade feels like a win more. I don't have a wide board either. It's a nasty little trick on 1 mana. We have Humans Matter. Call of the Death Dweller wheeled. We'll take it. I'm not playing these other cards. Negate. I don't know how blue we are. We're playing a blue draw card right now. Fucking Surveyor wheeled? I need a white-green duel, though. I mean, I guess those are colors we're playing. White-green duel, green fixing, green mana acceleration for creatures. I can't believe Surveyor wheeled. I know people aren't super high on it in this format, but the card is just so good. All right, Harvester is super solid. Red cards I don't care about. This green card has not been good for me. Incubation Druid on 2 is really good. The white cards aren't as good. I think we have to pass Harvester here. I have no 2-drops. I've got a fair number of things to do on 3. I hate passing Harvester. This card is so good. It's a 3/5 flyer that like gives us a shit ton of life back. But Incubation Druid is also excellent. Plays nicely with Wilderness Reclamation. It's just a really solid card. Platinum Angel exists. I'm not sure it does. Pretty sure it doesn't. All right, we've got a Thassa here. We've got some things. We've got Charming Prince. We've got the Fighting Ape. We have, is this creature Planeswalkers as well? It's just creatures, right? Not a lot else here. We got the Surveyor, the Rex Sage. We have a lot of Thassa synergies. I love Mangara. Mangara is fucking nuts. It's between Mangara and Thassa. This card's nuts too, but we're nowhere near it. There's a Counters Matters deck in this format, but I'm not near it. This sometimes is win more, sometimes it's go high. Also plays nice with Rex Sage as a tapping effect. I love Mangara. Sometimes it wheels. I don't think I've seen a Thassa wheel yet. Maybe I have. All right, fixing Seal Away. Seal Away is dirt cheap removal. Super good here. I wouldn't mind. This card is also strong, but we're nowhere near red mana. I'm going to take Seal Away over Cultivator right now. It's a blue... Oh, dude, we have so many cards we want from this. I just need removal, right? We only have Poison the Cup right now. It's our only piece of removal. That and Giant Killer, which is super situational. And Kaya, but not much more. It's also a green Mana Dork. Oh, dude, Mana Dork. Dude, Mana Dork is so good. Mana Dork. Taking Mana Dork, didn't see the elves till after. It's a sweeper in white. Banishing Light, white removal. We just passed the Seal Away. This pack is a lot less punishing for taking the removal. Blue-black duel, not super helpful for us. I need white. I need black fixing, right? So this is Banishing Light. Past the Cleansing Nova. We're not really a deck that loves Cleansing Nova. We kind of are, we kind of aren't. Got a lot of creatures and things that... Dude, we're going to have board, though. We're going to have Mana Dorks. We're going to have Giant Killers. We're going to be dirtling people with Thassas. We're going to want to recur stuff. I think we don't want the Sweeper. Arachneer is interesting. Bigger Mana Dork. Kiora. Kiora Traxos synergies. Don't have a lot of 4-power creatures other than that. Is it when it casts or enters the battlefield? So we can draw off Starnheim and Kiora. It does accelerate Starnheim. Draws off Kogla. It's a black sweeper. We're not anywhere near red. So it's really early drop Arachneer for graveyard synergies for killing flyers, or Kiora, or the Pallium, or the Palladium Mirror. I think it's Kiora.
Bet you've never been hugged by a kraken before.
Finale is interesting here. Black removal. Unfortunately, double black removal, double black creature. They're both good, but they're not good enough here. Single black removal, but it's really situational. Black red duel doesn't help us. Waking the Troll's nowhere near this deck. So it's either Valorous Stance or Bind. Bind's a 1-mana blue removal, but it's situational, so it's kind of tough. We could play Consign Oblivion. It's a little bit more friendly than Bind. I probably don't play any of these cards. We could Finale as just like a power card out of that as opposed to a bunch of weak situational ones. All right, this pick is easy. It's not that easy. This card is good. It's all non-creature spells, including ours, though, and we have a lot of non-creature spells. I kind of don't hate the green-black fixer. We have a couple black spells we'd like to resolve. This also helps us not play forests, and we can still resolve Loris. So I'll take the fixing. I don't like the Sword Tooth particularly. This is blue, red, white, pretty far away. Swift response is cheap removal in our colors. Token generator, flying lifelinker, vigilant, lord is okay. Maybe a little bit too much. I think this is just swift response and be okay about it. Angel is good with Thassa is a really interesting point. Maybe. We chose to not take removal previously for a better card, and we just picked up a Finale. We may not need the power level of hopefully Thassaing away the 5 mana. Usher for boasting, Platinum Angel for trolling, and Sika for mana fixing or egg. Oh, so close. We wheeled this one, which is crazy to see that wheel. This is really good in the white wide decks. White blue duel is fine. Better than Pact, better than Mikaeus. I mean, he kind of wins games. But I kind of have enough power level and I kind of just need my lands to work out. Seal away wheeled, interesting. What? Chat, what are our opponents playing? This would go in every single good stuff deck ever. It angers me sometimes when I see this shit. I'm just like, I'm drafting and I'm trying to think of what my opponents are drafting, trying to think of the decks I build, trying to splash all the powerful stuff. And then I see a showdown like pick 9,852. And you're like, what? All 3 cards that I was considering wheeled, I'll take the Mana Dork over the Spider. We have Mana Dorks. This is an unexciting Mana Dork, but X spells are okay for us. We're not ramping super high, but we have things to do. I guess I'm taking the one I took. Okay. But that showdown goes in Golo's field decks. That's my point. Like they never take. I never understand what the fuck is going on with other drafters, ever. All right. So what did we end up as? We ended up as a Traxos Kogla Kill Them deck with some power out of casting Thassa onto ETB creatures and a little bit of blue for draw with really nice fixing. We're not playing Golgari. We're playing white-green. It's Selesnya splashing black and blue. Imagine how powerful your deck would have to be if it ran good mana sources for red and white and you didn't choose to include that Saga in there. Problem is all of my cards are good here again. Like every one of these cards is playable in this draft with like a very small exception, maybe like the Animator's module here. So we got to figure out what happens here. Okay. We have really nice fixing. So we're never not playing the 2 mana dork, the other 2 mana dork, the 1 mana dork. That's the payoff of green. Reclamation Sage here. We missed all of the artifact accelerants. We only have creature accelerants. Am I always playing this? We missed Cultivator, did not wield. Angel just wins the fucking game. These are both tap specific, but they're both pretty good. I don't hate a Charming Prince early. I like Giant Killer. I think this is a rec deck. Wilderness Reclamation. Let's see. What can we do with Wilderness Reclamation? We can bounce stuff with the Ape. We can have mana open for Thassa, Poison the Cup, the blue draw spell. If we play the Flash Flyer for the Flash Flyer, for Seal Away and Swift Response. That seems good enough, man. We have a Bag of Holding. If we play Bag, I'm not sure we're playing Bag. It is a historic for Traxos. I think this deck actually is fine with Traxos. Do we play Bag? So what does the deck look like if we don't build Wilderness Reclamation? We didn't get to 5 color, and our top end, we don't have so many crazy instants that we want to play them, but we have a fair number. That's a nicey's good enough for it, maybe. So let's see. We've got blue splash, white green dual, black splash, blue black green. This one's fucking sick. It gets at our blue splash and our black splash on a land that we care about with our primary color. It's really nice. A Fabled Passage for fixing. We've got a blue white dual there, or pathway. I don't know, what are those lands called, chat? These lands that are the double-sided lands that are one or the other. They're not duals. What are they called? Just in general, they called pathways, or all other prints of this? So we don't necessarily need to run an island at all, except that Fabled Passage tutors for an island. MDFCs? That doesn't sound likely. I wasn't asking you guys to make up one. I was just kind of curious if there was if there's a different nomenclature out there. So we actually have 3 black and 3 blue without splashing a swamp or an island in this deck. And if we put 1 island and 1 swamp, we're 4-4 on that, which is pretty sick. I have white core. I can obviously play Loris. We have black to make that easier. I'll play Poison the Cup with that land base. Kiora comes into this deck for sure. Or Kaya, rather. And Kiora, I believe. So what is this for legendaries right now? Or historics, rather. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 historics is not enough. I play Garrick here. That's 5. Could play Surveyor, tutors lands. I want to play Thassa for power level at 6. We're probably playing Icy at 7. I don't hate this guy at 8. I don't hate this guy at 9. I like around 10. Right around 10 for, what's his face? The ape is another. So we got plenty of Traxos triggers. It'd be nice to have some cheap ones. Egg and Bag are pretty good for cheap Traxos triggers. What's my land count right now? 3, 7, 12, 14, 16, 17. So we're at lands. We actually only have 6 more cards into this deck. We haven't played any white cards yet. We've got the Giant Killer, the Starnheim, and the Loris right now. Untapped Traxos is cast, I believe. Yeah. How many humans do we have, out of curiosity? Do we end up with anything more for that? So I want to play Charming Prince. That's the Thassa, one of the Thassa payoffs. What are our Thassa payoffs actually? So Surveyor is one, so that's a lot more exciting with Thassa in the deck. Reclamation Sage is a payoff with Thassa. Charming Druid's a payoff with Thassa. Kogla is a payoff. That seems reasonable. What else makes it in? 5 cards here. Could be the Seal Away and Swift Response and the Banishing Light. I like Banishing Light here. It hits everything. I think that one comes in regardless. Doesn't require it be tapped. Hits their fucking bomb enchantments and artifacts as well. So that gives us double enchantment hate if we need it. I really like this card as anti-aggro, but we might not have got there. We kind of want another historic or two. He is technically a legendary creature, so he is a historic. So we could bring... Wait, is that a guy or girl? Is Sigrid a girl's name? I guess. That's a human with Bodyguard. Resetting Bodyguard's indestructible is nice. This card also comes back off Loris. Seal Away comes back off Loris too, right? So I think Seal Away becomes an include. I have to cast it. Well, I can still cast it. I have lots of targets for Bodyguard. It also is anti-aggro and trades off against shit, but I don't mind protecting pretty much anyone on my board with Dauntless Bodyguard. Thassa also resets that. Are we playing? I guess we play our Hieroglyphic Illumination for draw. So then we're 1 card off here. could be so at the moment we don't have 3 mana dork. We don't have, I don't think we're playing Reclamation in the end of this deck. I think it was close, but I don't feel like I have quite enough to do. I'm not even sure about this Illumination. I could just splash for Thassa. So Thassa gets a little bit worse when I don't have a lot of blue sources, since I'm basically only ever going to tap one. Are we really not playing Reclamation here? I don't have other draw, although we have other effects that kind of mirror that a little bit, right? And that's not really true. We have a lot of thinning. We have almost no draw. Almost no scry too. So probably we play the Illumination. We only get one more card in. There's fixing / cycling off egg. Bag of Holding is more of a permanent style that. This is a little bit less interesting in our deck now, since I'm not planning on playing Reclamation. I mean, more mana is great. What do I do with more mana? Giant Killer, Incubation Druid. Illumination, Thassa tap, Icy tap, Kogla return. Cut blue entirely. Nope. That's a wrong way of looking at this. We play blue basically for free in this deck. We didn't draft. We didn't have Thassa in our deck last game. We just cloned someone else's Thassa. Can we support the whale? How does the whale a mana sink? The whale is an expensive creature. He's not a mana sink. Mana sink's like a reusable permanent effect, right? Like an activation kind of thing. Let me count Traxos triggers again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the light end. Could play bag here. Could play egg here. It feels really bad not playing Sigrid or Glorious Protector. I don't hate either of them. Is Traxos Scourge any good here? Scourge of Crude, whatever the fuck his name is. The giant mechanical worm. Seems weird not to play a 3 mana dork, but I've got 2 mana and 1 mana dorks, which I prefer. I don't really care about this body, and I don't actually like the way this works, that I have to have existing creatures, or I end up like making a 4/4 mana dork, and neither of those things are what I really want. I don't think we're playing this. We already have Loris Recursion. We can't protect Loris without playing this card, but I'm not sure I care. It's not instant speed. The rest of my stuff coming back in is not that exciting. It's okay. It's too bad like recurring Giant Killer doesn't bring it to hand. Chat, if I have Luris and Giant Killer, what happens? Can I use it as an adventure? Like, can I use the instant side of it from the graveyard, or can I only recast it as a 1/2? I think this is Golden Egg. It's another Traxos trigger. It's another fixer. It's cycling. Only creature. Okay. Feels weird not to play Swift Response. Feels okay not playing Glorious Protector. Feels bad not playing Sigrid. Sigurd is double white. Double white is not super exciting for us. We have no other double white card in the deck. Besides, I mean, this is not really double white. You almost always foretell it. And this one is black or white. And we have, interestingly, we actually get more sources for Loris. Loris is easier to cast for us than a double white card because of our black-green duels. Golden Egg recurs off Loris too, which is maybe a little too cutesy, but maybe it's fine. Like, there's times where we drop Loris on a graveyard that has Charming Prince, Seal Away, Incubation Druid, Golden Egg, Giant Killer, and Dauntless Bodyguard in it, right? Alright, so the cards I would like to be playing, but I'm not, is that card. It's just so good at anti-aggro. I could play this instead of Palladium. So this is a historic trigger, but so is that. This is colorless, but we don't actually have a bunch of stuff to ramp up into, although we have plenty of things to do. I also hate this body. It's a 2/2 that I never want to block with, right? Maybe we play Sigrid instead, like that. I mean, more mana is good normally, but you can be the point where too much if you don't have enough things to sink your mana into. I don't know. If we survive one aggro fight that we wouldn't because of Sigrid, then I will play this card every time. It's just such an amazing trick. It's surprise, one of your attackers is no longer on the board. Oh, and I kill one of your 2 toughness creatures that you weren't expecting flash first striker. I think we're playing that. All right. So tricky final cuts. I could hear argument about Golden Egg or Sigrid in here. I think the rest we've kind of worked through why we have it. Let's figure out our mana base. You could argue not playing Hieroglyphic Illumination, but I also am kind of aware of the fact that we would like some more cards here. So mana base wants, we're a mix of white and green early if you look at our colors here. We actually wouldn't mind having good number of sources of each with 1-drops. But we have a million. How many green sources is this right now? 1 forest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green sources. Wait, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need more green sources. We never play 2 swamps in this deck. Ever. Feels weird to only have 2 basic forests. We've got, what is black for? Black is for Poison the Cup and Kiora and Loris. How many white sources is this? 6, 7, 8, 9 white sources. So currently I have 3 blue, no basic blues. We have 2 things that tutor basics. We kind of want a plains in here. Or not a plains, an island rather. Is there a card I can cut for island? I have to go down like a plains. We did play the 2/1 first striker in white. With double white. That is the downside here. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get 9/9, which I was really hoping for. So what can I get? No islands. No islands. Can't play Thassa. Kind of rough. Okay. Yeah, you expressed your opinion about cutting blue twice now. I've answered. I want power level. This draft is all about fucking crazy power level. This is cube. It's not a very expensive splash on 3. There's times it will be stranded in our hand, but a lot of times it won't. And it doesn't take us much. Literally right now, we're playing blue with no islands. There's, like if I played this, which I'm seriously considering, I'm considering sending this back. What did blue cost me? Blue cost me sometimes inconsistent cards being stranded in my deck, my hand for a little bit, and nothing else. Cost me no islands. The downside of splashing is consistency. The upside of splashing is power. That's what you're building for. If you cut the inconsistency portion of that by doing things like not having to run basics of the splash colors, there's some good stuff there. 6, 7, 8 plains. And a fabled passage is 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is, so we actually have 4 blue sources too. We just don't have the island. So we cannot tutor islands. That's the only thing we need to remember. Okay. So we can tutor swamp. We can't tutor island. So we're ending up 9 green, 9 white, 4 black, 4 blue. Really 5 with fabled passage. So it's 5 black, 4 blue. Before fixing. And we have fixing with golden egg. We have acceleration off of druids. We don't have a lot of colorless fixing. This seems okay to me. Okay. All right. I don't hate this mana base. All of our lands are not tap lands except for 1 Triome, 1 Scry land, and then the fabled passage, which sometimes is not a tap land. Okay. What are we calling this deck? I have 2 hours, chat. I need to be done in 2 hours so I can make my appointment. What is the deck name? What were the hard decisions? We passed the Magda for what? What did we take instead? Anyone remember? Thassa maybe? Yeah. You can count the druids. I don't count the druids for the reason that you can't count them as a green source because you need green sources to play them. You can't count them as a white source. They don't provide white mana. Maybe you could call the incubation druid half a white source, maybe. But it doesn't provide white when you're missing it. Okay. We can call this 1 and done for the number of wins we'll get with it. I think we'll do more than that, but I like the name. Okay. All right. To Kaya. Kaya. Oh, Kaya, yeah. mean, we have some 6 synergies in this deck. Monkeys throwing humans back to our deck, back to our hand. Thassa resetting fight effects. Loris recurring, really solid 1-drops. That can be good. We'll see. Cut blue or rip. Don't backseat me, bro. Why don't we see the companion mechanic? Because the companions are really clunky in draft to play. They have really serious restrictions. Missing green mana, of course, even though we have 9 sources. We have a lot of times to draw it. We have early interaction and early play. And we can get Kiora out with Golden Egg. That seems fine. Yeah. 1 and done with a W would have been nice die attack. Yeah. I'll update that after. I like it. Never punished? Oh, just kidding. Massively punished for not having forest right now. Feels bad. 9 green sources, though. 9 green sources. Haven't hit land yet, unfortunately. Didn't hit land again. All right. If we get screwed here, we just die. We have 17 lands though, so it's just bad luck if that occurs. Is it companions not in this cycle? Dude, the guy is still ramping. Fuck me. All right. 3rd planes. Unreal. Kiora only can create mana of the colors you already have. We only get 1 use out of the green, unfortunately. I can cast the elves. It's just like the biggest kill me fucking indicator ever, right? Because they always end up killing that. Because it's going to be my only green source. Now I might just draw green anyways. The play I'm looking at is elf into put this aside. But if they have removal, they always kill my elf. Could have also held up Seal Away there, but I don't mind 2 damage for the setup like this. This means that only 1 black source unlocks that. Okay. We have good mana. We're 9954 or something like that, which is pretty solid. Dude's on 8 lands, 7 lands this turn, 8 with this guy. Double lands every round off this. Fuck me, man. This card doubles his mana sources too. Did he not kill our mana dork? Oh, I think he dies here, right? Cycle? More mana? Is this just like an all Ulamog deck over here? I don't think we can beat Ulamog. We don't have anything that kills... we have 1 exile effect. Blue. I mean, it's clearly Golos. It's all the colors again. I mean... Yeah, he just quad spells. Well, fuck you. I drew my card, okay? So fucking choke on a dick. Alright, so we have 4 mana, 5 with Kiora. Kiora costs 3, so I can Kiora Seal Away, which is probably fine. Seal Away beats Ulamog. This is ramped though as well. It doesn't die this turn. I don't think I can afford not to resolve this.
Nature flows with vigor.
Maybe an argument for the elf. Let Kiora take 4 if he swings on it. He might not swing on it. Would have ramped me 1 farther and allowed Kogla next turn if he didn't deal with my elf. Might have been better. I'm expecting that this turn, though, is not Kogla. I'm expecting that that Anthem to come down. And I guess if he cast the Anthem, he would have had 6 power on the board, 2 3/3s, and just beat the shit out of this and force me to chump anyways. I'm expecting I'm going to have to wreck that. Is that a Shark Typhoon as well as a Mirari's Wake? Oh, of course it is. Okay. This card is probably the MVP of this fucking format. Is he going to cast them both, but he's going to cast them in the other order? Okay. That's 5. And then he gets double as 6. Yeah, he develops both his big auras here and doesn't use this. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't immediately kill us. This card will beat us if he's got gas in hand. If he's out of gas, this card doesn't do anything. Can you even get blue? Yeah. Wait, what? Doesn't this cost 6? This card doesn't give him extra mana, right? Really? That was better than developing tapped out, developing Shark Typhoon? Really? I'm shocked that he chose to cycle over Shark Typhoon. Maybe he doesn't know this provides double. I've seen a lot of opponents play around this. I didn't know it the first time I used it. It's not this +1/+1 in any color. It's 2 mana out of everything. Well, actually Rex Sage looks bad here because I got punished for the play I chose, which is because I can't develop Rex Sage against the Wake when he's got Shark Typhoon. So if we'd drawn Forest here, we could cast Kogla. We didn't. Kind of rough. Only non-basic, by the way. Actually taxed here. I mean, Black Source is good though. I gotta Rex Sage next turn, right? So I need Kiora for my green sources, and Kiora dies here with double attacks. It's almost certain that he attacks with both. I actually need 5 mana to instant speed remove the Borrower and cast this as 5, right? Hate how little value we're getting out of that, but we're playing around fucking mana screws here. I can beat Wake on the board as long as he doesn't have some X spell to go with it. I can't beat Shark Typhoon on the board. Okay. Chat, I don't know how many times I have to answer not to play the Sage, right? I've explained it 4 times in the last 2 turns. I can beat Wake. I can't beat fucking Shark Typhoon. Why are we unclear on why Sage isn't on the board yet? You can't imagine an opponent hard casting Shark Typhoon with unlimited mana? I don't know what to tell you. How can you not imagine that? That's the perfect time to slam Typhoon, is in fucking draft when you have unlimited mana. You think he'll go? I mean, he might be doing that. He's just done that. You think he's going to go for an 18/18 flyer when I have a fucking Foretold Poison the Cup and open mana? Like, I think that's insane. All right, let's look at this. So I need 3 for that, 2 for that. So I need 5. This doesn't have to come untapped. So clunky though. Right? 3, 6, 3, 5. That's fine. I mean, it does kind of look like he's not going to hard fucking cast that. I'm going to Rex Sage now because I'm being forced to with this board, but I don't understand why he wouldn't have slammed Shark Typhoon. It just seems nuts not to, in my opinion. So now I'll try to force him into doing it by threatening the Wake. There he goes. This is such a stupid play on our opponent's part. Why wouldn't he just play better? You know what's better than a... You know what this thing is? This thing is the equivalent of like a 5/5 fucking flyer for all intents and purposes, as opposed to having it on the board to resolve dozens and dozens of 5/5 flyers. Just so crazy. Oh, he's rethinking his plays, chat. Maybe. It may not contain any spells. I do forget that it's not every spell. But we know he plays non-creature spells because there's 2 of them on the fucking board. And another one right there. So all we know is that right now, he is 50-50 non-creature spells and spells. Did you just leave counter mana open? It's borrower mana. So that resolves. Let's see if he casts borrower here. I'm going to change phases to dump his mana. There's the borrower. Take action. And then we're going to giant killer. Oh, I can't. Why don't I have 3 mana? Wait. Is 1 2 others? Why can't I giant killer that? 1. It's not like immune to targeting. Why can't I chop down this guy, chat? I can. Alright, and now one of the many reasons not to fucking play your shark as a 10-10 with this game. Like, there's certainly many times to cycle it, but it's not there. That's not a good cycle. Okay. Alright, so we blew up his big 2 enchantments that I was scared about trying to beat. He played his X spell greedily and poorly, in my opinion. Guy just doesn't stop, though. All of his ramp early, all of his win more fucking cards later. Okay. We have land here. 6. I can resolve the giant killer if I don't let it tap like an idiot, right? Okay. Does this thing do any lord effects? It doesn't. It's just ETB. Problem is this is 6 in the air. I just have single target removal here. Giant killer helps, I guess. I can bounce it to hand and kill a 4/4. I think we bleed out to those hornets. I think my opponent has played poorly and drawn well. That's what I feel like just happened here, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay. So I'm worried about bleeding out in the air. I can remove the 2-drop now, and maybe that's fine. Jesus Christ. He's another X spell? Is he playing a drawn card? He's not played a draw card yet, right? He's done 1 cycle, 1 draw off a creature. This is just naturally occurring. Okay. I hate it when my opponents get rewarded for garbage. All right, so he's fighting my ape and winning, and I can't give it invulnerable this turn. If I had left mana open to poison in response, I could have. So that feels pretty bad. Punished. That's a too late. 1 turn too late, by the way. Have the mana to cast it. If Monkey was on the board, we were fine. Literally fucking fine. I guess I'm taking 4 in the air, tapping the 2. This game is tilting. It is kind of tilting right now. We can play out Thassa. Thassa doesn't do anything here, but it does. I have to spend the mana on it. It's like it's not a question. I could just tap the 7/8, but I don't have a second blue source, so I guess not. Cards don't do anything here. I like that card a lot, but it doesn't impact this board. I mean, I guess it exiles a token. Maybe it does impact the board. I guess it removes token. Well, not multiples. Okay. Okay. I actually can't. I can't even tap the attacker. That's funny. Okay. So it takes 6 in the air. That feels bad. guess that saves me 1 damage. Just have it. Just have like the 3 mana to the face card to have your perfect fucking play out of this nonsense. How do you get these big green cards to your hand once you get your Mirari's Wake to set up? Just another bomb, sure. Okay. Alright, no way we can win from here, right? That's what I wanted to see, though. I wanted to see my opponent just have fucking this start. Everything from accelerated mana dork who finds double lands on the top of his library to having the cards in his hand kind of shit. I think there's no way to survive here. I can't gain life. I can only tap 1 of them. There's guaranteed 4 in the air. I can remove 1. It's guaranteed 3 in the air, but 3 in the air kills me, right? Tap that. Exile 1. Take 3. Die. Okay. Alright. Feels bad. Can't beat that curve from opponent. Punished in so many ways, too. The turn we developed the giant killer to be able to tap things a turn earlier is the turn he plays a fight card that kills our monkey, and then the turn after that we draw Thassa, which is, I mean, Thassa doesn't actually help me too much there, right? Because the monkey fights, I mean, it kind of does though, right? Monkey fights Death Touching Hornet. I then bounce a human to give my monkey indestructible so it kills hornets. It's not pretty, but it does work my way through that shit. Oh, right. Deck name, thanks. Yeah. He had a nice setup there. Very nice setup that game. I mean, that was our 1 loss. That's what 1 and done stands for. So now we just change it to this one. Okay. All right. I still think I think he massively misplayed with that fucking. I mean, look at the. I mean, I guess he only cast creatures afterwards. No, yeah, he did 2 X spell creatures. Maybe his hand makes it so that he doesn't want to play the Shark Typhoon. It just seems crazy. Like, that's such a solid board for a Shark Typhoon. There's so many more things that remove a single flyer. And he put all of his fucking... I feel like he puts all of his eggs in that flyer, right? Invests like 20 billion mana into a single point of weakness. But maybe with his hand all being all big threat creatures, maybe he doesn't give a shit. There are a decent counter to wide, low, tough boards in this format. Mangara helps versus wide boards a little bit. If they attack you with multiple creatures, they draw you multiple cards. Has lifelink. Lifelink in general is pretty strong in this format. There's a shit ton of board wipes. Everything from Settle to Cleansing Nova to the Giant Sweeper, whatever the hell that's called, Realm Cloak Giant, to the white plains. There's a million sweepers in like 4 different colors. There's a red sweeper, a black sweeper. I think there's 2 black sweepers if you count the worm as a -2/-2. There's a lot of, and then the red Magma Quake, the white billion other white ones. I don't think there's a green sweeper, and I don't think there's a blue sweeper. He does draw a card, so he's always 1 card ahead of me. It's a bad play, man. That's true. He does get 1 card off cycling. Not wrong. No, it's a draw. It's just the client being stupid when it does this. Bad client doing bad things. Okay. It's not because he's ahead on the board in life total. All right. Until you know how to play the game, please stop commenting on my game. Okay? Thanks. So which is it from your perspective? Does he have all the cards in his hand? In which case he can afford to play the 18/18 because he's got a bunch of power to back it up. Or does he have no cards in his hand? In which case, can he really afford to put all of his fucking hope on that single 18/18 that he puts out there? Just seems like not how that works. Opponent goes first. Too bad. It's a really good hand going first for us. It's an okay hand going second. All right. Plane's good here? No. Yeah, it's nice to get a good hand. Last hand was very clunky, and the swamp draw didn't help. Okay. I don't like casting my Paradise Shrew is hexproof. I was gonna say I don't like casting it into open mana, but I actually don't give a fuck because it's hexproof. So that's good. And it's not even you can't have another opinion with me. You're welcome to have a different opinion with me, but I've supported my opinion twice. You just keep putting these forth like kind of weak arguments, in my opinion. Anyway. Yeah, I'll develop Icy here, I guess. I could develop Kiora. I have no 4-drop. He has no attackers. Fine with Icy here. And it's just like, I'm trying to think in my position, how would I have looked at that? So he's waiting to tap my Druid to remove it. Sure, that's fine. Feels a little bad, but not terrible. All right, develop Triome tapped is fine. It does broadcast tapping this. So I can wait. Scry 2 any good? Not really. It's okay though. I don't know. Maybe that's too harsh. Certainly I make mistakes all the time, but I feel like that was a mistake for my opponent. I don't really buy the logic for otherwise. The best logic I've heard so far is he has no other non-creature spells in his deck, but we saw a 50-50 split between creature spells and non-creature spells that he'd played. He'd already played 4 on turn 7 or something, right? Traxos is good here. I don't need that though. Okay. Scary card. Could have tapped it down, I suppose. All right, so what are we trying to do here? So we've got 5 mana. We're just like 1 off of this, right? So it's Kiora untap. No white on that. It's fine, just untap the white mana. That goes under Giant Killer, right? Yeah. Okay.
I love to make a splash.
Okay. I telegraph trick here. But either way, even if he removes this, which would certainly be annoying, it still prevents the Obosh from doing damage this turn. Okay. Nice draw. I mean, I can just tap it. If I hit land here, it's Traxos, untap, drop land. No, it's just Traxos. I don't even untap the Traxos. I just play the untap land and blow up the Embercleave. Might just be that anyways. I'm going to play Traxos here. I can tap his attacker. Can also blow that up if he connects on it, but...
Let's get moving.
Okay. I mean, that's why this card is in this deck, right? For fucking red. For red aggro and white aggro. I'm really pleased to see it in there. It did exactly what it's supposed to fucking do. Good answers for what I see on the board. Hopefully come out of here. Hazard's scary. Do we have an exile effect for that? Not really. Can he ditch an... we have Seal Away, I guess. Can he ditch another... He can ditch another card. Didn't he already play land this turn? It actually feels like holding up Giant Killer here is better, because I'm going to tap Hazard again. So he's going to equip Embercleave to Obosh, and